It was brought to my attention that Jeff Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, appeared at the press conference today. That was supposed to start at 11 a.m., but there was a delay because his appearance was the the Anthony's family was not happy that Jeff Metcalf appeared to the press conference, and Jeff Metcalf listened to it a little bit. What activist Dominique Alexander had to say, and I can tell you, this man is despicable and he's disgusting of the things that he said. Basically, chest size the father, the victim's father who lost his son. You chastise him. How dare you? You're a disgusting human being, and you call yourself an activist of the things that you just said during a press conference? Like, how dare you? And on top of that, they had to escort Jeff Metcalf off of the premises because apparently it was the Next Generation Network. The owner had to escort him out. They had to call the police, escort him out. And, luckily nothing didn't get out of hand. Jeff Metcalf was just a good standing person. He left peacefully, shook the police officer's hand and everything, which I'm going to show you the clip. But the audacity that Dominic Alexander had to call the police, escort this man out who lost his son, and you had a nerve to chastise him and say the things that you said during a press conference, which I'm going to share with you guys. Disgusting, despicable human being. How can you call yourself an activist? How can you call yourself a preacher when a man just lost his son, who buried his son last Saturday? How dare you? And then you make Karmelo Anthony like a saint, like a hero. He took a life. He took a life. And for you, the audacity to say what you said in a press conference, you disgust me. And God is going to get you. You're going to reap what you sow. After what you just said, you're going to reap what you sow. How despicable, disgusting human being. And you call yourself a pastor? I don't think God will like that very much, what you said in front of the whole reporter, and Jeff Metcalf had to hear that as well. So I'm going to show you the footage of him being escorted out before I show you this press conference. Let's just get rid of this. Sorry. Okay. So that's why there was a delay in the press conference. It was originally supposed to start at 11 a.m., but it started at 11:40 because they had to escort this man out. There you go. And these are the police officers. If you take a look at your screen now, what you are looking at is video of Jeff Metcalf being escorted out of the co-working space where the Next Generation Network's offices by Dallas Police. You see that there. Jeff Metcalf, the gentleman who was wearing the sunglasses in the blue shirt, he's being escorted out. He's the father of Austin Metcalf. He was the teenager who was stabbed in the foot and tracked to the school. He was being asked to be escorted out of a press conference that is being held where the parents of the child who was accused of killing Metcalf's child are expected to speak. I'm just outraged. I'm just disgusting. This man lost his son 2 weeks ago, and you can't even have the audacity to have him stay during a press conference. You said it's disrespectful. How dare you say it is disrespectful for Jeff Metcalf to be at the press conference? This man just lost his son. He will never see his son again. And you said that he is disrespectful? Boy, bye. You're disrespectful. You're rude. You have no humanity. You have no empathy. And then we should have empathy for Karmelo Anthony, for him taking someone's life unarmed. We should have empathy for that. Well, I don't. I feel sorry for the family. I feel sorry for Karmelo Anthony because his life is over. He will go to prison for the murder of Austin Metcalf. Justice for Austin Metcalf. And you act like this kid is like a celebrity hero. Like he did something right. No, he did everything wrong. He committed a crime. He brought a weapon to the track meet school when he should not have brought a weapon in the first place. He should not murder someone. The boy confessed. People saying alleged. His own words said, it's not a legend, I did it. Facts, police report, not my words. He committed a crime. He murdered an unarmed teenager boy. And everyone is just praising him like he did the right thing. No accountability. And for the audacity for Dominique Alexander to say what he said to the father who lost his son, who would never see his son again. How disgusting are you? Ugh. Disrespectful. Let me play the footage. You don't have to take my word for it. You're going to hear it, his own words, what he said. Okay? Pause. Let's go, computer. I'm sorry, I'm having difficulties. All right, let's go.
Start off this press conference to say something as a deep note that I can tell America. What we've seen at the beginning of this press conference, of the father being at this press conference, these are my words, don't quote anybody, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life. No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life and loss. And as a minister, I would not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them.
You just did.
When I have stood before this podium for people who have died at the hands of law enforcement, I have asked for that same manner of respect. And even when the shoe is on the other foot, I will not do that. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family. But he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words.
Let me just stop him right there. How dare he? How dare he? He doesn't have a right. According to, he's not Jeff Metcalf cannot be near Karmelo Anthony. Okay, so apparently Karmelo Anthony is not at the press conference. He's home. Okay, so he can be there. He has that right to be there. For goodness sake, he just lost his son. And for this man, calling himself a minister, I call him fraudulent. For you to do that, and then you have a criminal past yourself. I'm not judging you. We all have a past. We all have a past. We all have redeemed ourselves, and God forgives us. But for you to have the audacity to say that to him when you have a criminal past yourself, does that make sense? And no one's not bringing up your past. You shouldn't even be being the activist of the family when you have a past of your own. But hey, who am I? I have no right to judge anyone. That's God. But for him to say that is disgusting. He's a disgusting human being.
Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism.
What is he talking about?
We have conservative
Foolishness
operatives that have been posting non-stop about this case.
Pause one more time. What the hell did that have to do with the father? The father did one press that I'm aware of when the incident happened on April 2nd when he spoke to the reporters on this news network. I can't remember the name, okay? He made it very clear, don't make it as a race, don't make it as a political thing. No one wasn't there. Justice will be served. And he forgave the son. He forgave Karmelo Anthony right there and then, right away. He forgave. And then you have the audacity to say all this bullshit, excuse my language, all this nonsense. What the hell? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You can't judge the father because other people are commenting about Carmelo Anthony. Okay, it's all over worldwide. It's on the internet. It's everywhere in social media. You can't condemn the father because other people are talking about it and giving their perspective and giving other people their point of view and giving their own perspective about this whole incident that happened on April 2nd. You just can't blame the father. The father don't have no control of that. Hello?
It is outright disrespectful. We haven't been doing it. The Next Generation Action Network has been here, popular and unpopular. So regardless of what's going on, that was disrespectful. Disrespectful. And I will leave it to y'all to define it. But of course we want to. Y'all, I'm Minister Dominique Alexander. I serve as the president of the Next Generation Action Network. Today I come before you with a heavy heart, but determined in spirit, not just as an advocate, but as a black man, as a father, as a protector, community, and children. There are 4 critical points I must address today, and I want to make sure that the public and the media and everyone who believes in truth and justice. First, the misinformation about the fund. From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Karmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go. Let's be clear. The family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this, but we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family. $800,000 home, purchase Escalade, in private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own security detail. One of the individuals that escorted Karmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network security team. The family hasn't hired any private contractors or whatever, or splurged or whatever. But if they have the audacity to spend money for their safety and security, that's their prerogative.
Stop right there. And I agree. I totally agree. You have to protect yourself and your family because, people can be unhinged and crazy. I agree with him 100%. You should protect your family. You should have some security to do that. Now, like I said in my video that I mentioned, that I don't know if it's true about them purchasing a home or the car. It's been word on the street. People have been talking about it, but I don't know if that's actually true. The only thing I know is that, and I want to make this very, very clear, because I made it very clear in my video, and I want to make it very clear now, because people can use this video and twist it and twist the contents of it. When I say that black people are foolish, I'm saying the majority of the foolish ones who's donating money for this murderer. That's what I'm referring to, the foolish ones, the ones that have no common sense. Because there are some black people who do have common sense, who do believe right and wrong, who believe in justice, who believe that you can't just commit a crime and thinking that you can just justify it and get away with it. We do have some black people that's very intelligent and very wise, yes, 100%. But then you got the majority of them are very dumb and don't know. They're far from the left, okay? Who condone this act of violence, that it's okay for Karmelo Anthony to commit a crime. They're okay with that. And those are the people that I'm referring to. I want to make that crystal clear to everyone and my viewers, okay? Because I do not want to paint this out to be that I think that all black people are dumb and foolish. No, the majority of the people that support this support a murderer and thinking that that is okay, because the majority of blacks agree that this is wrong. This is a crime. When you commit murder, it's a crime. What do you do when you commit murder? You go to prison. It's that simple. It's that simple, especially when there is so many evidence backing this up. It's a slam dunk. I don't care what no one tells me, okay? It's common sense. When someone confessed to something, when there's other 30 eyewitnesses and including coaches, and now they're talking about a video out there, which I don't know, and I'm not going to report it until I actually see the facts of the video, then I'm not going to say anything about that. But there's words about that too, rumors, and I don't go by rumors, I go by facts, okay? So I just want to make that abundantly clear before I continue this video.
The family has not withdrawn, and just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process. But if anybody know about this process, they know that that takes about 2 to 3 days to withdraw from that and actually hit any account.
So it takes 2 or 3 days. When it is, I just want to, maybe you guys can answer this question, because I don't know when they actually started the GoFundMe thing, but I guess just like I told you in my previous video, there's, you request, you have a goal of the money that you want to raise, and then obviously, just like this Dominique Alexander said, that to withdraw the funds, it takes 2 or 3 days. My thing is, if you reach a certain goal, a certain amount, and this incident happened on April 2nd, don't they have time to withdraw the funds if they needed it? So I'm just a little confused with that. I could be wrong. Again, I don't know how the GoFundMe worked. Like I said, my coworker explained to me how it works behind the scenes, because I never done a GoFundMe. So it's possible. It takes 2 or 3 days, and then they could have released the funds. But apparently they have money. They have money saved up. That's why they released their son on bail with $2,500. So it's possible. It's possible. But let's continue.
But this blatant propaganda wasn't just about the fund. It was to discourage the public from giving to the fund. That's what this was about. Because just like TMZ was able to call, Give, Send, Go, everybody in the media, in these news outlets that I've never heard before, could have did the same thing. When I first called Give, Send, Go, they gave me every information that I needed. Okay?
Okay, I'm just going to stop right there. And if you guys are wondering, the gentleman next to the mother, that's Karmelo Anthony's father, next to his wife, Andrew Anthony, just to point that out to you. But yeah, it's just, it's just really ridiculous at the end of the day. Like, for him, Dominique Alexander, to say that about Jeff Metcalf, he was wrong. You say you're a pastor or a minister, you're a child of God. He didn't say that, but I'm just saying that you act on faith, and you shouldn't be saying that. This is a grieving father who lost his son 2 weeks ago, and who had to bury his son last weekend. That's never going to see his son again. And for you not to have that empathy for that and make that derogatory comment saying that it's disrespectful for him to show up here. Like, come on. If it was your son and someone hold a press conference, wouldn't you be there? I know I would. And I feel like I had every right to be there. Just like he had every right to be there. And for you to just chastise him for that, like he was wrong, like he had no business, no right being there. You're wrong for doing that. Point blank, period. Whether you guys agree with him, he was wrong. He was wrong. Now, before I let you guys go, I watched this footage Okay, this Fox Face Off. Now, everyone went hard on me when I was talking about Carmelo Anthony, about, the BL movement and stuff like that. And this gentleman, which I don't know his name, okay, but he was just saying all these crazy things that he was not even there. He was not even there when the incident happened with Carmelo Anthony stabbing Austin Metcalf, and then he just saying all this rhetoric, all these things, but he wasn't there. But people are okay with him saying it, but he wasn't there. But then when I comment on something, then I get all the backlash, meaning that people are like saying, you don't know what you're talking about, you wasn't there, or are you a detective, or are you a lawyer, or are you this and that? But no one doesn't say anything to him, like just praising this guy, and he didn't know what the hell he was talking about because he wasn't there. But let me just show you what I'm talking about so you can let me X out of here, sorry. So there we go.
Watched a segment here discussing the tragic loss of life of a young high school student in Frisco, Texas at a track meet. And watching that newscast, it upsets me because that newscast is full of damn lies. This is a tragic situation where a young man lost his life, yes. He didn't start this fight. The young man approached him.
Now, how does he know? How do you know, sir? Were you there? So how do you know that Austin Metcalf started the fight? How do you know? But Carmelo Anthony, he's a good one. He couldn't do no wrong. How do you know? Again, making false accusation when you don't even have proof to back up what he's saying.
With his brother threatening Karmelo.
Now, threatening him. Was he there? Did he read the police report? Does he know the whole facts? But it's okay for him to make rumors and say things just to get some ratings or some like on TikTok. Well, when I actually get the facts, and I'm telling to you guys and presenting the facts because I like to fact check everything before I open my mouth because I don't want it to come back to me later on, I make sure what I'm fact checking is actually true before I report it to you guys, to the viewers. This gentleman just saying all these crazy things without even fact checking it. Continue on.
To move out of a spot that was not assigned to anybody. Where Karmelo was sitting, he had a right to be sitting. There was no assigned seating anywhere in the stadium that excluded students from sitting in certain areas. And they threatened to put their hands on him. And he told them, if you put your hands on me, watch what happens. The white kid, in this case, punched Karmelo in.
And that's a lie. Let's go back again.
In the face. He didn't push him. He punched him in the face.
Pause. Punch him in the face. What actual proof that occurred? Tell me, you guys, what proof that actually occurred that Austin Metcalf punched Carmelo to the face? Remember I showed you that video, that mugshot of Carmelo Anthony? No bruises. Nothing indicating what this gentleman is saying. Foolishness. He sounds very ignorant and dumb, okay? Opening his big mouth, saying things that he don't even know what he's talking about. Where's the bruises? Where's the black eye? I don't see it in the mugshot. Do you? Were you there? No. Was I there? No. But at least with me, I fact check everything. I don't say things just to get clicks and baits or likes or whatever. You don't know what he's talking about. Again, lies.
Face. And then that young man defended himself, and unfortunately, a young student lost his life.
Even if you assume everything that is coming out of the Karmelo Anthony camp, even if you assume all of that is true, under the laws of the state of Texas, he is still absolutely guilty of murder.
That's
period.
it.
Like, you can assume all the fabrications are true. It's still murder.
That's
right?
it.
You do not have a right to use deadly force in response to a shove or a punch. Now, mind you, all the witness statements are saying it was a shove that was goaded. But let's assume everyone's lying and this murderer is telling the truth, you still can't, because the scenario, what you're advocating for, and pulling Rosa Parks into, is that every time someone walks through a club and someone shoves them or bumps them, you can pull out a knife and stab them in the heart and kill them.
And the white boy did to Karmelo Anthony.
Not screaming over you. Let me finish, right? And Daniel Penny, not using a deadly weapon, restrained him. And I said from the very beginning, there was a real question about where the line was drawn and what he did and if he was alive. Now, the medical examiner came out and they said it turns out that the fellow was still alive when Mr. Penny let him go. But that was a very nuanced situation. But here's a big nuance. I mean, something that you're ignoring is it didn't involve a deadly weapon. But let's talk about examples. So Daniel Penny put up a GoFundMe and it got taken down.
It
did. Can't be up, right? The Anthony family, the wonderful Anthony family that raised this murderer, did such a wonderful job. This defender, right, of liberty, this new Rosa Parks for 2025, as you call him. They put a GoFundMe up for
That's it. I couldn't explain it better myself. That's it. He's 100% right. And his name, I think I wrote it down somewhere. Excuse me. Let me make sure I got his name right. Because, I have to make sure I got everything right. And I fact check everything. And I wrote it on my stick. There he is. His name is Charles Adam, and they call him Big Angry. And I like him. I don't know the other guy's name. I should have found out about his name, but I didn't find out his name. To me, he's not even irrelevant because he's spilling lies. He's spilling lies that he don't know what he's talking about, and he did not fact check. Okay? And Charles is 100% correct. Okay? You cannot just shove someone, like I keep saying, or push someone and feel like you should get a knife and a gun and shoot someone. No, that is not self-defense. That is murder, unless the law has changed. And apparently it has not. Okay? Murder. I don't care how many ways you slice and dice it. That kid killed another kid. He needs to go to prison. Point blank, period. Okay? Serve your time. Do the time. So like I said in my previous video, it doesn't matter what you do. You want to go do the GoFundMe, you want to send money to the murderer and help the family, go ahead, do you. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not giving any money to no murderer. I'm sorry. I'd rather give my money to the Metcalf, okay? Because they lost a son. So do what you want to do. I'm not judging anyone, but you're very foolish to justify this and thinking that it's okay. Free Karmelo. He's the hero. He's the savior. He did nothing wrong. Austin Metcalf is the devil. He deserved it. He shouldn't touch them. Like, why do some black people hate white people? Why? Why is it? Why do you hate white people for some weird reason? The majority of the black people, why do you hate them so much? You cannot blame them for the slavery. They have nothing to do with, they was not even born yet. Okay, these were their ancestors. So why are you blaming white people? Why are you so angry with them? Maybe you need to look yourself in the mirror and not be angry with yourself. How about that? Stop projecting on other things that happened how many years ago before we were born that happened to our ancestors? Like, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. We're here to love and respect one another, to be kind. That's what God wants us to do, to love our brothers and sisters, not to be angry and turn on each other. But with that being said, like I keep saying, when you commit a crime, you have to deal with the consequences at the end. Just like all these illegal migrants, when you commit a crime, you get deported. What's the difference? And it shouldn't be a difference. Whether it's race, whether your sex, it doesn't matter. Murder is murder. We don't discriminate if you kill someone. You kill someone, you go to prison. That's the law. I don't know why they make it all, there's like a big deal. Why it has to be a race, racism, discrimination. No, it's not discrimination, nobody. Stop saying that. Stop using it as an excuse to play victim, to have people on your side, to get sympathy. When all reality is, a kid is dead, never coming back. Okay? Never coming back. The fact of the matter is, Karmelo Anthony needs to take responsibility. Take the plea deal and serve your time. And with good behavior, you might be released early for parole. But if their attorney decides not to take the plea deal and go to trial with this, good luck. because he's going to need it. Because if it does go to trial, and if all these witnesses testify everything, and then they're going to try to prove it's self-defense, this kid is going to spend the rest of his days in prison with no possibility of parole. So I would think his attorney should think twice and really think really hard if they should take a plea deal or go to trial. But we were going to wait and see what the next thing happened. According to the news reporter, the Karmelo Anthony's parents, this is their first and only press conference. They're not going to do any more press conference until if there is a trial. And if there is a trial, then after the trial, they're going to do a press conference. But that is the last time you're ever going to see them in front of a camera. And then they're just going to wait and see what the next step is, whether this is going to go to trial or whether they're going to take a plea deal. And I will definitely keep you updated on any news that I hear. And they're always going to be factual news and no fake news and no gossiping, because this YouTube channel is all about facts and all about telling the truth and having a perspective and opinions and thoughts about any different topics that I talk about. And like I keep saying, you may agree with me, you may disagree with me. That's okay. But we can have a healthy debate about it and be respectful about it. And like I said, I may not agree with you, but I will respect what you say, because you have that right to feel the way you feel and have that comment. But you have to respect the same thing as me as well. You know, we're all here to have a debate and to discuss about it and to give our different perspective about what's going on with the whole Anthony Karmelo case. And I just want to say that, and that's all I have to say about that note. So if you do like this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about what I just said. Please comment below. And I just want to appreciate everyone that's subscribing to this video. And I love you all, and I really appreciate you just taking the time and listening to what I have to say. That's it. And again, see you guys next time. Bye.